So before we start this video, I just want to say I'm going to be doing a giveaway for 2 copies of the 20th anniversary of NBA 2K19. And basically, to get entered into the giveaway, I'm going to leave a link to my Twitter in the description and the MyTEAM Ranker Twitter in the description as well. So I'm going to be giving out one of these on my Twitter, and I'm going to be giving one of them out on the MyTEAM Ranker Twitter, which is just kind of a competitive MyTEAM page that I set up a couple of months ago. To enter, basically all you have to do is retweet the pin tweet on each of the Twitters and follow each of these Twitters to get entered into, both the competitions. We're going to be doing one on, as I said, one on my Twitter, one the MyTEAM Ranker Twitter. But yeah, basically that's it. We will be announcing the winners for both of them on probably the 6th of September. So anyway, yeah, now let's get on to the video. What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the one thing that I've seen from the trailer that I believe will have the biggest effect on how NBA 2K19 is played. And a lot of people are going to say, yes, MyTEAM Ultimate is going to have the biggest effect on how the game's played. The new game modes, well, the old game modes that they renamed, I don't know, Triple Threat, which is really just Blacktop, which is really just the Gauntlet. They've called it 3 different modes, but it's literally the same thing. But yeah, so that's not really on the point. But the reason why I'm not going to say that it's MyTEAM Ultimate is that I don't think it's going to change anything really that much. Because, for example, you guys might be saying, oh, you can bring your best cards into the game, and there was a salary cap in NBA 2K18. And realistically, for the first 2 weeks, or for the first, I'll say about the first 2 months, that was a little bit of a factor. But after that, because all the newest cards were released into the game at much lower salary caps, and the newer cards are normally better, well, they were always better last year because 2K just kept having to outdo themselves, it meant that realistically, you could just use your God Squad in almost any situation. And the only thing that the salary cap really harmed later in the year was the budget players. Because the budget diamonds, which were nowhere near as good as the elite diamonds, suddenly ended up having a way higher salary. And they weren't able to use, whereas the elite ones were because they were newer cards. Which meant that there was such an incentive to use the really, really elite cards, which is crazy because it kind of defeated the entire purpose of the salary cap, the way they raised and lowered salaries last year. But again, that's 2K18, it's not going to be like that this year. And the reason why I think that this mode and the MyTEAM Ultimate, obviously there's going to be a little bit of a difference because straight away you can use your God Squads. Why I think it's not going to really change the way MyTEAM is being played is because people are saying, oh, last year was so cheesy with the Supermax. It's going to be even more cheesy this year. It's not like they said you needed to go 11-1 to get the Player of the Month card. Imagine if the blog is correct and there is a Pink Diamond Dr. J card available day 1, and you're 11-0. You are going to be cheesing as much as you possibly can in NBA 2K19 MyTEAM. You will not want to lose that game, and you will not care what you did in that game, as long as you get that Pink Diamond card. And when eventually they become Galaxy Opal cards, you're not going to care what way you played. And I'm guessing that it's not going to be a Pink Diamond Dr. J from the get-go. I'm guessing it'll probably be another Diamond card, because I can't see them giving out a Pink Diamond day 1, especially because I'd say there's at least 80-90 people that'll get that card day 1, because, well, maybe not day 1 of the pre-release, the 4-day one early, but like in the original day 1, there's so many people that'll get that. Because the guys who have the game 4 days early, suddenly they've built up their squads. They've used the extra MT to get their squads built up. They've grinded domination. They've gotten their MT total. They've gotten the best players in the game. And then they're playing against guys with starter squads for the entire first day of the game. So there's going to be so many guys with those high records. And like I remember I won something like 18 straight games in 2K. I won 18 straight games in 2K18. I won 23 of my first 24 in 2K17. And I'm really not great at the game. So if you're any good at the start of the game, you're going to have a really high record. So I doubt it's going to be a Pink Diamond. But anyway, that is not the topic of the video. The topic of this video is going to be the one thing that I think will change MyTEAM more than anything, and that is the reward tokens. So what are reward tokens? Reward tokens are basically tokens that are given out in pretty much every single area of NBA 2K18 MyTEAM. And they can be used to pick up some of the best players in the game. Like they said initially, it's going to be emeralds. You can probably get emeralds, sapphires, rubies, amethysts. Then you can work it up to diamonds. I'm guessing it'll probably be like 3 or 4 reward tokens for an emerald. And then once you get all the emeralds, you can work up onto sapphires. Then you can probably work up onto diamonds. Or maybe you just have all the boards unlocked anyway for all the different cards, and you can just say scroll through the diamonds and save up for, instead of spending 3 on a, this is just hypothetical, this is just complete, just assuming that this is going to be the case and guessing numbers, but say instead of spending 3 on a emerald, you just save up till you get 40 or 50 for a diamond. Now, as you guys can see from the screenshot here, it does say that it's 50 for a diamond, and that's a diamond Rashard Lewis, Melo, and Baron Davis. And if you guys know anything about 2K, you know that Baron Davis is an elite player in 2K because he can dunk, he can shoot, and he's got great handles. Rashard Lewis is a 6'10 shooter who is mobile, he's another elite player, and Melo is just Melo, always great in 2K. So these guys are like elite diamonds. So, and these guys can be picked for free, which is crazy. But yeah, so that's basically what what reward tokens are in NBA 2K19 MyTEAM. So basically, I've told you guys what they are. Now I'm going to talk about how they're able to be obtained. And this is kind of how they're obtained is a big reason why I think that they're going to be like the biggest way that MyTEAM has changed this year. So first way is probably going to be the least likely way to obtain, the way that'll happen least often, and it's locker codes. So one of the prizes for the random item locker codes they're giving out are reward tokens, which are it's probably better than MT, to be honest. Say if you get 10 reward tokens, it's probably better than getting 10,000 MT, because these reward tokens can go towards better players. But at the same time, the game hasn't come out, so we've yet to see how great that is, because there might be great cards day one that you can purchase with little to no MT. Another way is through MyTEAM Ultimate. So as you guys can see from this screenshot, it says if you got 3-0, you can get the Player of the Month card, and that's redeemable once. But then you also, if you got 12-0, you do get 20 reward tokens as well as a couple of packs. I'm not really going to talk about the packs, but like those 20 reward tokens are a lot. As you saw earlier, like it was 50 reward tokens for a diamond card. So you complete 2 of them, you have 40 tokens, you're almost at a diamond card if you go 12-0 twice. And I know for someone like me, it's a lot more of a grind. Then it'll be a lot more of a grind than that, because realistically I might go 12-0 a couple of times in September, but that's really going to be it when people start picking up the game. And the guys that just play the game in Europe before FIFA comes out, and then once FIFA comes out never play it again, once they all stop playing, the standard in Europe gets much higher. So probably after that, it's realistically I probably won't get many 12-0s. But for a guy like, just for example, Brown Boy, I'll leave a link to his Twitter in the description. Uncool Maddie on Twitter, like literally the best MyTEAM player there is in the world, and it's not even close. But like, he could easily go 120-0 in a month. So in that month, suddenly he's worked up 200 tokens. And say for the 9 months the game's relevant, suddenly he's worked up 1,800 tokens. Imagine with them amount of tokens what you could get. He could be getting, just from grind game, just from being really good at the game, he suddenly will have, maybe from the tokens, 3 or 4 Galaxy Opal players, a lot of Diamond players, and who knows, they could be available really early if you get enough of those tokens. They could be available really early, and that's just from him playing MyTEAM Ultimate. If just again hypothetical, nothing's happened yet, just from how good he is at the game. Suddenly all these like elite players can get the elite cards earliest because they've gotten these tokens out of the game, and they're able to get the cards. So they're able to get the really good players just from being good at the game, which is great. Another way is Triple Threat, the game mode. I think it's 6 wins for a 5 reward tokens, which is good. And then also when the ball lands in the different places, you could also get reward tokens from that. That's probably a slower way to build up reward tokens. You can also build up reward tokens through schedule mode. Again, it'll probably be a little bit of a slower way. And then the last way is collector levels. So you can get reward tokens for collector levels. And I actually think that this is huge as well, the fact that you can get them from collector levels as well. So I've explained what reward tokens are, I've explained how people can get reward tokens, and now I'm going to explain why I think they're going to be such a big factor in NBA 2K19 MyTEAM. And a lot of it is because of how they're able to be obtained. So in previous years, MyTEAM was pay to win. Well, it wasn't really pay to win, it was pay to have the best squad, to give yourself a better chance of winning. Because a great player with a solid budget squad they know how to use, especially with how good budget squads were in 2K18, would beat a bad player with a god squad every single time. But it was paid to have a massive advantage. And by the looks of it, because most of the ways of getting these tokens seem to be through playing the game, and it seems like the most efficient ways of getting these tokens seem to be through playing the game, it means that guys that just want to grind the game have a great chance of getting some elite cards. So for example, if you spend hundreds of hours in the game last year, you may barely be able to afford a contract and be barely able to afford some cheap diamonds because of how expensive contracts were and how expensive it was to actually play a game. So it was really hard to get a great squad from grinding the game unless you did a lot of sniping and stuff like that. And now it appears that if you're good at the game, if you're constantly winning games, and you're not going to be getting the not great cards like they did last year for Supermax until the very end, you are going to be getting some elite cards through these reward tokens, which is really good. And also it means that still there's going to be if you're paying money into the game, you're probably at an advantage anyway, but you're going to be able to get great players. But it seems as though it gives more of an incentive for guys to grind the game, because obviously if you pay thousands of dollars into the game, you should have a better team than a guy who's just starting out the game. You should have a much better team than that. But at the same time, if there's a guy who hasn't spent money on the game but spent thousands of hours on the game, they should have equally as good, if not a better squad. And that's the way I think it seems to be looking like with NBA 2K19 anyway. And a big reason why I said collector level is such a big thing is that realistically, if you're boosting your collector levels, you're getting really high collector levels, you're either one of two things. You're either a sniper or you're opening a lot of packs and spending money on the game. So one big problem I had with the challenges last year and a lot of the rewards through domination and stuff is that there was no other way to obtain them. Like, I straight up did not have the time to complete challenges last year. I did not have the time to complete domination on any of my systems because I played through 3 systems. I played on Xbox, I played on PC, I played on PS4, and I didn't have enough time to grind the game on any of them because I played on 3. It's so hard to do it on 1, and it's basically impossible to do it on 3 of them. But cards like, there was no way I could obtain a Bill Russell because he was only available through domination or from Supermax, which I just didn't have the time to do either of them. Wes Unseld was all-time domination. I did not have the time to complete that, and they were 2 cards I really wanted to use. So I would have really liked to have used those 2 cards, and because they weren't available in the market, I couldn't get them. Also, the David Robinson Pink Diamond is another card I would have liked from completing challenges, and I couldn't. But with the fact that I would have had one of the highest collector levels in the game last year if they had it, suddenly this year I would have gotten a lot more reward tokens. So for example, if I really want that David Robinson, I'll probably have enough reward tokens from collecting the cards that I can go get him. So it means that guys that do spend thousands on the game don't miss out on certain cards, and it also allows people that do grind the game to go out and pick up these cards, pick up these elite cards to have the better teams in the game. So I think that reward tokens is kind of, the fact that they're available in so many different ways means they're a lot better than challenge tokens last year. And I just think that that's going to be the whole thing about my team. It's going to completely change it all. It means that it's not going to be as much pay to win. It means that cards are going to be more attainable for everybody. And this is coming from a guy who's known as one of the guys who is pay to win. And I'm not going to argue against that. I've spent thousands on the game over the last couple of years. But I'm really happy about this because there was cards that I really wanted that I couldn't get, and it seems that now they're attainable for me. And then for the guys that are completely budget ballers, like I would have been saying 2K16 and 2K17, it means that if you are really good at the game, you will be able to have a god squad. You will be able to compete with the best guys in the game squad wise anyway, if you're that good at the game and you're grinding the game. So I think that it's a massive positive for basically everyone. I don't think there's anyone that this doesn't affect in a positive way. And I think of all the things, there was a lot of minor tweaks in the game that a lot of people are really excited about, but I think the one that's going to have a major effect on the game is reward tokens. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.